Are you thinking about bringing your car in for service? Then you might want to listen up because on today's video, I am going to share with you 5 things you should never say to your car mechanic. Without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with number one. Never tell your mechanic you are going on a trip. Maybe you and your family are planning on taking a little vacation this year, but your mechanic doesn't need to know this. Why? Because he's going to bet that whatever he recommends, you are most likely going to buy it because you don't want to end up being stranded on the road. So even services you may not necessarily need, he's going to put it on the repair bill. Telling your mechanic that you plan on going on a trip is a recipe for disaster because by the time he's done with your vehicle, not only will you be going to Disney, his pocket's going to be so fat he'll be able to take a trip to Disney himself. Whether you're going on a trip or going right down the road to Publix, your car should be just as safe. So you can leave that information out. Let's get right into number two. My son is going off to college, or daughter. And if that is the case, congratulations. But your mechanic doesn't need to know this. Why? It kind of ties in and is similar to number one. He is going to bet that whatever he recommends, you are most likely going to buy. His eyes are going to light up like never before. And he knows that you're going to care about their safety. We all want to give them a good first car to start off their adult life with. So whatever he recommends, you're most likely going to buy it. So when you tell your mechanic this, he sees you as like a young prey. He's just waiting to devour you. So just keep those little information to yourself. Let's get right into number three. Take all the time you need. Oh, as a mechanic, we love hearing that. Now, maybe you're a patient individual, but never tell your mechanic to take all the time they need. It's fine. You can wait. Because oftentimes, if they're a skillful mechanic, they are oftentimes busy. They have a lot of work on the side. And you telling your mechanic to take all the time that they need is a recipe for disaster. Maybe you're a patient individual. Maybe you want them to get it fixed right, to get it to perfection, but that can put your car on the bottom of the list because he knows, hey, this person already gave me the green light to take all the time that I need. So let me finish working on a few other projects that I haven't finished yet. And now yours just get lost and lost and lost. And by the time you know it, you end up on the bottom of the pile. And it's great, like I said, that you are a patient individual, but never tell your mechanic to take all the time they need because guess what? They're going to take all the time that they need. You want to get your car back as soon as possible. So you might want to leave that out. Now let's get right into number four. Now I get this a lot. Or can't you just plug the scanner in? It will tell you what's the problem with my car. Folks, that is not the purpose of the scanner. When you plug a scanner into a vehicle, it does not tell you necessarily what's wrong with the car. It gives you an idea as to where the fault is coming from, but in no way, shape, or form does it tell you, hey, go replace this, go replace that. To illustrate, you might be experiencing some kind of pain in your body. What the scanner would do is say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, that pain you are experiencing is from your right shoulder. Now, it doesn't say if it's a pinched nerve, if it's a bone. Your scanner just kind of pretty much give you an idea of where the fault is coming from. It doesn't specifically tell you what the problem is. It just kind of gives you an area to look at. It could be a cut wire, it could be a bad sensor, it could be a bad computer not able to pick up the signals. When we as mechanic here, just plug your scanner in and it will tell you what's wrong with my car. At least for me, I hate hearing that because that's not the case. A scanner does not tell you what's wrong with your car. So diagnosing is still going to be a part of it. I can't just plug a scanner in and, oh, give me $100. Thank you for your time. That's not the way it works. And number five, last but not least, never tell your mechanic that you're here because the last guy quoted you too much money. Now, that may be the case. Maybe he did overcharge you and now you're here trying to get a second quote, but he doesn't need to know this. By saying the last guy charged you too much money, so now I'm here, without realizing it, you're undermining his skills and knowledge. Because one, he doesn't even know what the other mechanic quoted you for. Maybe it's a big repair. Maybe that's why the labor and price is so high. So when you come into his shop, saying the last guy charged you too much money, so now I'm here because you're a cheapskate and you're a cheapie, that's how he hears it. So instead, it's better off to say, hey, I'm just shopping around. Can you give me a quote for my repair? Don't tell him the other guy charged you too much money because that may be very well the case that it's an expensive repair and it's costly no matter where you go. If you're getting your kitchen remodeled and somebody is charging you $1,000, $2,000 for a kitchen remodel, that's not a bad price. It all depends on what it is. But now if they're charging you $2,000 to change the light bulb in your kitchen, and that's different. So at least let the mechanic hear what you need a quote for first before you go in and tell him that the other guy is charging you too much money. You don't even need to say that. Just say, hey, I'm shopping around, see where I can get the best quote. My car is experiencing da 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 da. And I'm just shopping around for the best quote possible. So these are the 5 things you should never say to your car mechanic, guys. And again, if you are going to a trustworthy mechanic, you've been with him for a long time, sure, you could tell them you're going on a trip. Sure, you can tell them, hey, my son or daughter is going off to college. You can communicate, share your thoughts with them, be honest with them. But if you're going to a shop for the first time, or this is your first time stopping at a dealer, keep that information to yourself. They do not need to know you're going on a trip. They do not need to know your son or daughter is going off to college. They don't need to know any of these things. So if you find this video informative, hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to check out the other videos. And as always, thanks for watching.